What is going on, guys, and welcome to episode number 17 of this Backyard Baseball series. And we are jumping into World Series Game 2 between us, the Crazy Monsters, and the Minty Pickles. We have Pablo Sanchez back up onto the mound for us. He pitched well in Game 1, has a 3 ERA on the series, and Henry Deshays is now the batter leading off. Swung on miss, so they changed up their batting order a little bit. We have not. We didn't change anything. And Deshays lines it to Stephanie, and she makes the play for out number 1. So they're trying to see if they can get a little bit of luck by changing it up. Stan Olafson swings and misses at strike 1. And it's quickly 0-1 with 1 out for Pablo Sanchez. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Looked at for strike 2. Still looking for their first contact. Olafson looks at strike 3 on the hook. And now, with 2 down, is Zion Estrada. A .333 hitter. Last game, lines this one up the middle. Keisha has it, throws it to Ahmed in time for out number 3. So just like that, a 1-2-3 inning when it looked like they were going to get a base hit. And now we have Kenny Kawaguchi, a .388 hitter in the playoffs. Leah Wayne is the pitcher for Game 2 for the Pickles. Kenny's first at bat is a ground out to third. Now Pete Wheeler, .764 in the playoffs. Had a good Game 1 with 2 hits. The 0-1 is lined. Past the diving first baseman. He's going to be safe on first. So, already, Stephanie Morgan now up to bat. Pete's going to be moving here. .529 hitter is Morgan in the playoffs. Swung on, in play, shortstop, picks it up, not in time to second, and Morgan is out at first. So now with 2 outs, Pablo Sanchez steps up to bat. Looking to do damage here. The pitcher looks at ball 1. Leah Wayne, again, the starter for the Pickles Game 2. Pablo swings and misses for strike 1. Now here's the 1-1 count. Fouled away, and we're holding at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now here's the 1-2. Swung on and belted left field. Pete's on the move with 2 outs, and that one's going to bounce off the wall. Pete's going to score. Pablo's going to head to second. And Pablo is actually going to turn around, head back to first. And he's going to be in a rundown. And slips and falls. Ball gets away. But again, that table there is helping that. And Pablo finally gets tagged out. The run does count, however. Now Julie Dunkel, the pitcher for Game 1, now playing second base, puts down the bunt. Pablo picks it up, throws it in time for out number 1. Now Jay Green up to bat. He was hitless in Game 1. Looks at strike 1. And we're at the top of the second with 1 out. And Pablo's juice is running out. That one's hit high and far, and we are tied at 1. So the Minty Pickles get on the board in the second with a solo shot. That went 519 feet. And this ball game is tied at 1. Pablo gives up his 3rd home run in the series. Zayna Fromm finished out the game as the pitcher in game 1. This one is a high hit ball left or right center field. Keisha misplays it. Of course she does. And from now trying to take second, and Jocinda luckily tags her out. So we stayed in contact there. And Colleen Klinker fouls this one away. The 0-1 count. Inside for ball 1. Now 1-1 with 2 down, tied at 1, top of the second. Swung on and missed, and now it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Pablo Sanchez. The crazy ball got her looking for strike 3. And now we have Keisha Phillips at bat. Keisha swung on and missed for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Looked at for ball 1. And now we're at 1-1. Down low and inside for ball 2, 2-1. And swung and missed for strike 2. Now a 2-2 pitch for the leadoff hitter. Here it is. High fly ball, dead center field, and looks like this might hit off just short of the wall. Keisha rounds first and is safely standing on second. So good power there. Now Ahmed looking to bring Keisha in. Swung on and missed on a meatball down the middle. Oh, if there was a pitch to hit, that was it. And he looks at ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Runner on second. Bottom second. Now it's 2-1. The 2-1. Fouled away, and now it is evened up at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Wayne. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And now Tony DeVecchio looking to put a charge into this one. Fouls that one straight back. 500 hitter in the playoffs. And had a big game against the Gravies. This one is a high fly ball heading foul. And it is in foul territory and will land foul safely. So now 0-2 for DelVecchio. And he looks at strike 3. 2 down now for Jocinda Smith. Keisha still standing on second after that leadoff double. Here's a high fly ball left center field for Jocinda, and that's going to clear the fence. Home run, Jocinda. And we put up a crooked number. And now it is 3-1 with Amir Khan stepping up to bat. 2-run shot for Jocinda. And Amir puts this ball in play to the pitcher in time for out number 3. 2 runs come across, however, and we lead 3-1. Now Leah Wayne stepping up to bat in the top of the 3rd. Grounds this one right to Ahmed, mishandles it, picks it up, and steps on first in time for out number 1. Chad Copel now up for the first time today. He grounds this one to Ahmed, fields this one cleanly, and steps on first for out number 2. Now Henry Deshays 0 for 1 on the day, looking for his first hit in the series. Puts a bunt down. Pablo will pick it up and throw. Not in time, but he rounds first, heads to second. Deshays made the base running error, and he's out at second. Score at 1-3-4 for the putout. And now we're sitting bottom third. Kenny Kawaguchi up to bat once again. Puts this one in play right to the third baseman. Mishandles it and will be safe as the Pickles could not handle the baseball there. Now Pete up to bat. Puts this one up the middle. Out, and Kenny is safe on first, barely. You never know, so we put Kenny in motion a little bit. He was able to get back to first in time, however. Now Stephanie Morin up to bat, looks at ball one. Here's the 1-0. In play, up the middle. Shortstop can't handle it, and everybody's going to be safe for Pablo Sanchez stepping up now. 0 for 1, his first at-bat. Leah Wayne. This one's a high fly ball. Right center field. Goodbye, pelota. Long gone. As Pat Hughes would say, get out the tape measure on that one. We don't even have a distance. And that chases Leah Wayne away, and Colleen Clinker will now be the new pitcher. Keisha, who had a double in the bottom of the first, looking to do more damage. Monster scored 6 runs in Game 1, has that here through 3 innings in Game 2. And Keisha swung on and missed for strike 3. Now 2 outs. Ahmed Khan stepping up to bat. Ahmed gets another meatball. Doesn't miss this one. Dead center field. Off the center fielder's dome. And Ahmed's going to be safe on first. The ball is being thrown back into the infield. Now for Tony DeVecchio. Runner on first, 2 outs for the Monsters. Already 3 runs across the plate. This one's a high hit ball, dead center field. And just off the warning track. And Ahmed's going to go first to third. And we have runners on the corner with 2 outs. Still doing a whole lot of damage with 2 outs as Jocinda Smith looking to add more to her home run total. She hit a wall scraper in the second. And this one's just going to be a ground ball. Third to second. Gets the short out for out number 3. We score 3, though. And we have scored in each of the first 3 innings. 1 run on the first, 2 runs in the second, and 3 in the third. Stan Olafson now stepping up to the bat for the Pickles. Looking to get his team back into it. This one is a high pop fly between Tony and Jocinda, and it bounces. Everybody's making a misplay here. And he's standing on second. We're going to try to cheese it a little bit. And he will take the bait. We throw it back to Pete at third. Pete's going to chase Olafson back to second, and he's tagged out. So, we are able to get a little bit of cheese, and now here's Zana Estrada. Estrada puts the ground ball in play to Stephanie Morgan, throws it in time for out number 2. And now we have Julie Dunkel, fouls this one away for strike 1. Pablo's at 21 pitches with 2 strikeouts here in Game 2. In the top of the 4th. Dunkel bunts the ball. She has some speed and will not beat it out. That's out number 3. And just like that, Amir Khan steps up to bat with a 5-run lead. Colleen Clinker looking to hold the damage done and trying to get her team back into it. Amir. Here's the 1-0. Fouls it away for strike 1. Now, here's the 1-1 pitch. In play, against the shift. And that one's going to roll all the way to the wall. Amir Khan rounds first, heads to second, and is going to be there safely. And now he slips on second as he was trying to head to third. And he will be in a pickle. So base running error. But Amir is able to correct it and stay on second now. So leadoff man's on second base for Kenny Kawaguchi. Kenny swings and misses for strike one. Now we're at bottom of the fourth. Runner on second, nobody out. 6-1 our score. Kenny swings and misses for strike two. Now the 0-2 pitch from Colleen. It's going to be inside for ball one. 1-2 on Kawaguchi. Third time up to bat in the game. And he's going to look at ball two. Count is even at 2. And gets frozen with the big freeze for strike 3. And Kenny sits down. Colleen gets her second strikeout on the game. Now Pete Wheeler up to bat. Lines this one right back to Colleen. And Amir holds on second. 2 outs now for Stephanie Morgan. See what she can do. Slow-mo pitch, and she misses it for strike one. Now getting ready for the 0-1 pitch. And that one's going to be low and outside, or down low for ball one. The slow-mo pitch put into play this time. Stephanie heading to first, and she's going to be out by a couple steps for our first 1-2-3 inning. Although we did leave a runner on second. Jay Green now up to bat for his second time. He homered back in the second inning. He tied it up at 1 in the top of the second. Swung on a miss there for strike two. Has only one hit in the series. And I think he might change that. That's right at Keisha. And she misplays it. That one rolls all the way to the fence. And we get him out. Holy moly. Keisha makes up for it. And gets the out. And now we have Zena Fromm. Looking at ball one. From 0 for 1 today. This one's lined right back up the middle. Stephanie has it in time to Ahmed for out number 2. Now we're at top. We're still top of the 5th. And Colleen Klinker up to bat now. This one's grounded right back to Pablo to Ahmed for out number 3. And just like that, we are 3 outs away from taking a commanding 2-0 lead. Pablo is up to bat now here, bottom of 5. And the big freeze is outside for ball number 1. Here's the 1-0 line drive, left field, and off the wall. Pablo rounds first, heads to second. And is going to be there safely. Another leadoff extra base hit for the Crazy Monsters. Now we have Keisha Phillips up to bat. Keisha hits this one left field and deep, but right to the left fielder. And Pablo heads back to second wisely. For out number 1 of the inning. And now Zia Fromm is going to pitch once again here in the 5th. Ahmed fouls that one away for strike 1. She pitched in the 5th in game 1 and was actually pretty good. And we look at ball 1 there. 1-1 with 1 out, runner on second. We lead by 5, however. Slow-mo pitch, and Ahmed got fooled by that completely and swings and misses for strike 2. Now we're at 1-2. The hook. And he grounds it right up the middle. Pablo played scapegoat. He juked everybody. Made like he was going to head to third. Forced the throw over to third. Ahmed was able to go back, or was able to go to first safely. And Pablo was able to retreat back to second. Now we have runners on first and second with 1 out for Del Vecchio. Ground ball up the middle to the second baseman. Throws to the first baseman in time. And... what? That confuses me a little bit because we already have 1 out. But... at any rate, it was a double play. And we go 1... and we do not score again. So the Pickles having to have a huge inning here, top of the 6th, down by 5. Leah Wayne bunts to first, and we get her out for out number 1. And once again, 2 outs remaining before we take a commanding 2-0 lead. Chad Copel up to bat now. He's 0 for 1. Looking for his first base hit. Looks at strike 1 of the series. The 0-1. Swung and missed for strike 2. Just like that. Pablo, the 0-2. High fly ball. Right field. Tony tracking it. And can't get there. And is actually knocked out. And Keisha is going to throw it into second. Pete has it at third. We're going to try to cheese this a little bit. Not getting it. We throw it right back to Pablo. So he got his first hit of the series. And now Henry Deshays up the bat. And he puts this ball into play against the shift. Stephanie dives and will get the out at second, but Deshays is safely on first with the fielder's choice. Now Stan Olafson. We know he has power. Can he prove it here? No, but they will go for an undergrounder and get the ground rule double. So that should just be runners on second and third with 2 outs. Now the question is, do they still have the undergrounder? Zion Estrada will answer that for us, and yes, they do. So this is going to score at least a run. And a ground roll double, so it will score 2. And I mean, nothing we could really do there, because as soon as you put contact to it, it's out of our control. And I don't know. I think that was a little Bush League because they said the fielder's choice was a base hit on the elevator pitch, so I disagree with it, but at any rate, 2 runs come across and the Pickles cut the lead in half at 6-3. Dunkel puts a ball in play on the bunt and she's going to be safe. And then she rounds first, heads to second, and we throw it to Jocinda in time for out number 3. And just like that, on another base running mistake, we take game 2 of this series. And it turns out to be a best 3 out of 5. I thought it was best 2 out of 3 like the other series was. But we do take game 2, 6-3, the final score. And it's right here where I'm like, oh, it must be 3 out of 5. So we lead 2-0 in the series. That's going to do it for this episode. I will see you all in the next one.